Hey guys, what's going on? Supercoach here. Welcome to the channel. Today I'll be going over my round 8 review. I scored 2,135 in the top 17%. Not the greatest week from me personally. Dropped in the ranks about 472 spots, so that's no good. Sitting at season rank 5,202. We need to really pull our shit together here because don't want to be dropping down too far. There's a couple obvious reasons for that. Obviously, we've fielded Tom Green, so most people would have had him as well. Would have been a key trade in, and then he's just stitched us up here and dropped to 5, so that's no good. But the good news is he should be right to play this week, so that's all good. We've got 127k in the bank here. Still have 2 boost trades left, so can fix up the team a little bit, which is good. I had the VC on Walsh. Didn't really nail the captaincy score this week, which was annoying. I thought Walsh was going to go huge because I think like DeGoey and Tom Mitchell were out, I believe. Could be wrong. I think like Tom Mitchell was definitely out, but thought he was going to go absolutely nuts against Collingwood because he has I think he's got the highest ceiling against them. Like he scored like a 190 in the past, like not recently, but like that's the team that he scores the highest against. It's Collingwood. He has like a 193. So I thought I would just, give him a go for the VC. But yeah, he really under-delivered, got a 91. I think that might have been because of Chera in the side. But I thought he would play better with Chera in the side. But he played pretty average. Like still got a fair bit of the pill. But just didn't score the greatest. So that's annoying. And then we just chucked the C on Gawn. I should have just gone with my gut and left it on Sarong, but I thought that, Melbourne, they're probably a fair chance of beating the Cats. So, if they're going to win, like surely he scores pretty well. Against Reece Stanley, should have scored a bit higher, but he didn't. So, a bit disappointing, but happy to get the 111 from him because he was looking really bad at the first half of the game, only on like 50 or something. So I was really concerned about that. So thankfully he turned up. Sarong, I was a bit worried about the Marlon Pickett tag as well. So a bit of stitch up there. But over in defence, Nick Dacos, he would have been the right pick for, the VC with those midfielders out. So I don't know. I thought Walsh would be the guy for it, but obviously I was wrong there. And Dacos absolutely teared it up. I think it's just because he won he got the game-winning goal, so he went up a fair bit. But it would have been a great VC option if you had him. And then Sheasel, had a bit of a role change, playing a bit in the midfield. So not the greatest stuff from him, 73. We'll have to wait another week, see how he goes. Hopefully he's going to turn up this week. Nick Martin's been great since I traded him back in. So he's just going to be a top 6 defender, I'd imagine. And then Whitfield was getting tagged, so that's no good. And it was really bad conditions. 54, and that's why Matt Roberts did bad as well. Just couldn't, slippery game. I can't really do much about this, so I'm just going to have to hold him. Need to fix my other parts of my side up first. But hopefully he can bounce back this week against the Bombers. So hopefully he gets a 120. They'll break even, so I can see that happening. Then McGovern turned up, which was nice, so can't complain there. I would like him to start getting 110s again, but I've got to just focus on my other parts of my team for the moment, I think. He's been alright. Like his body's held up this far into the season, so I can't really complain. I think it's just because Witherden and Duggan are in the side as well, and Barras, they're all sharing the points down back. So, not really sure about McGovern. Maybe like a luxury upgrade after his bye, but I'll probably just hold him for the rest of the year if he plays that long. And then we had the loophole and obviously took Mckercher's score of 135, which is absolutely nuts. Stoked to have held on to him. Now he's got a negative 61 break even, which is so good. You can just field him from now on. So I think he took Sheasel's role, so that's pretty huge that we've held on to him. And we've got Howes here, so to be fair, I was kind of pissed when I was watching that game, so I didn't really notice him that much. But yeah, that's all right. 48, he's got the break even of 24 there, so not the worst. Still a little bit of money to be made there, so I'll probably hold him for another week, see how he goes against the Blues. Sarong's been great, so luckily, he's one of those more expensive players that we traded in, and, he's really performed well, so that's awesome. Then he's got the Swans this week, could be in for another big score, I reckon. I reckon he's underrated for is it VC option? Probably not. Oh, he could be. I think you probably go Butters this week, hey? And then, Bontempelli, if you don't own him now, he's got Richmond coming up, so perfect week to bring him in. Should go nuts. He's got a 153 in there, but it is at the MCG. Good history there, so and then he's got GWS next, where he's got that 164 from 2023, so interesting. I'd definitely be trying to get Bont in if you can afford him. And then, Butters 124, which was great against the Crows. Bit of an upset. They lost that game, which was surprising. Got the Cats this week, so the midfield's a bit depleted, so probably good VC option. Coming from a Geelong supporter myself, but didn't nail the VC last week, so the only risk with Butters is he might get tagged by like O'Connor. Could probably see that happening, so it's a bit of a question mark if you do VC him, but I'd probably VC him if I wasn't a Geelong supporter. But I think I'll probably lean towards that at the moment. And then Walsh, he's got the Ds this week, so I wonder his pass scores are not the greatest. I think he can bounce back though, get a 110. And then Steele got a 112, so that was a good hold. I think we're just going to hold on to him. He seems to be alright, so we've got the Hawks this week. Hopefully he doesn't get tagged by Finn McGuinness, but that could be happening, but hopefully not. Maybe they tag Sinclair or someone. He seems to be going off. And then Green got 5, so that's no good. We just have to hold him. Should be right to play, so and then he's got, the Dons. He could be a captaincy option if he's going to be right to play. And then we have, Roberts. I'll probably have to get rid of Roberts, which is annoying. I think he can, pump out another like 80 or 100 maybe if he plays well. It's just, the conditions of the game weren't the greatest, so maybe you want to get rid of him because he dropped to 50, but it wouldn't be a bad hold either. I think I'll just cash him in. And then Clossy got 43, which was a bit disappointing. The rookies weren't the greatest this week from the Gold Coast. But it was a bit of a shocking game from Gold Coast in general, so what can you do? Graham was the best Gold Coast player with 59, and then Rogers got 21, so still got a negative break even there. They have North Melbourne this week, so hopefully we can see like a 70 from him. Just to like make a bit of cash would be nice. And then Clark, so we held on to him, so that was good. I think he kicked a goal, so that was nice and played pretty well. So I think it was his best game of the year, and scored 78, so that was really good. So could be a option. Like, I don't know if I'm comfortable fielding him yet, but I think he looks pretty good now, so he's a bit more exposed. But I'll probably just put one of the Gold Coast boys on against North this week. TIO Stadium, so could be a fair shout for the Gold Coast players there. Sion Gorn, wasn't happy with his score, to be honest. I thought he could do better. He could be another captain option against like Pitnett and Tom De Koning. You could put the VC on him. Most people probably will do that. So I did do the double loop here. So I was going to take Sweet's score, but Wilson got 126, which was nuts. So I flinged Jackson into the the R2 spot. So that was good to get some extra points there. But I think we can just field Sweet this week and bring Jackson back into the forward line. So that was good to be able to do a double loop there. It's pretty nice. I could do that again this week if I want to. Yeah, so 74, like he was versus Rob. He seems to be like a hard to score against ruckman. But, not the worst. Still has a negative 71 break even. Got the Cats this week, so, maybe he doesn't score as well as I would expect because Gawn didn't go that great. So, but I think he should be able to turn up against us. And then Heaney was good. Starting to drop off in terms of scoring wise. Not as many big scores. Maybe he goes quite huge against Freo. That'll be an interesting matchup. But yeah, probably not going to put the VC or captain on him anytime soon. As of yet, just seems to be cooling down a bit. So that's a bit annoying. And then Flanders is just an absolute weapon. Like, got North Melbourne this week. I wonder what he can score. Projected 149. Yeah, right. He could honestly be like a risky C option if you wanted to have a bit of a punt. But I probably won't take the risk with him. So, I don't know. He doesn't seem to have that high ceiling like some of the other players do. And then Jackson, Sean Darcy was out in the last quarter and he only scored at 86, so that's disappointing. And Darcy's going to be right for this week, so it's a bit annoying. I can't really do much about it. I'm just going to have to hold him. It's going to be a bit of a burn. Hopefully he can come good this week against the Swans. But yeah, he just hasn't been great since Darcy's return, obviously, so we kind of expected that to happen anyway. But, with the forward options, I feel like he's still a good forward to have in your side, just for the ruck cover. And yeah, you can potentially loop him as well with Sweet if you need to, if you have them both. And then Reed was, I don't know what happened to Reed. Bit interesting there. I don't think I watched the West Coast game. Bits and pieces. I think it was on Sunday, was it? Can't remember. And then Fife, yeah, it was a sub, so that's really annoying. Got subbed in for Darcy. Scored 17, which is frustrating. That's why I scored so low this week. Most people probably in the same boat. Just like the guys like Whitfield, Roberts, Fife, Green just really effed me over, which is frustrating, but most people will be in the same boat here. So hopefully we can climb up the ranks if they actually play full games. Well, if Fife does, I mean. But yeah, it's been frustrating. Against the Swans, I think he's able to produce a good score if he's playing 26. Hopefully he does. I think they were just trying to rest him for a game. And then Darcy wasn't the greatest score from him. 42 break even, has the Tigers this week, so maybe we give him another week and then you trade him out after that. Could score a few goals there, but I don't know. I think if you want to get rid of him this week, that's completely fine as well. I'll probably just hold him. And then we'll field Wilson. I think he's a bit more... Yeah, he should go pretty well against the Hawks if he scored 126. But it was against North Melbourne. But, should be able to produce an 80 for us, hopefully. Got that negative break even, so still going to hold on to him for a fair bit. And then we got Garcia's 56 there, so not too bad. I think the cash flow is pretty good. Still have Mckercher, Howes, like Clossy, Roberts will probably get rid of, like Graham, and then Clark's reset his cash gen, and then yeah, we've got Wilson here and Darcy. So I think for me, I have to bring in Luke Ryan, sorry. It's like I've been trying not to get him in, then he goes 197. It's like, nah, I have to get him in now. So force my hand here. I'm just going to have to figure out a way to bring him into my side. So now I just have to remember what I'm actually going to do. Probably trade out Roberts. Maybe we do get rid of Darcy just to free up the cash, I think. But yeah, he could go like 80 this week. So might be not like a good option to hold him if you want to. But I think this is what I'll probably do. I don't want to trade out Wilson yet. So and the cash gen for these Gold Coast players hasn't gone up as much as I would have expected. I would like to before I trade them out. And then Howes, maybe I could get rid of Howes instead, but I kind of want to see how he goes. I think I'm probably better at I'm better off to get rid of Howes, I think, in this situation, and then just swing Graham or Clossy into the defender line. Then we can just do a bit of DPP swing here. So I'll just have to figure out... I'll probably bring Mckercher into the midfield then, bring in Ryan, and that will allow me to grab... is it Jones? Yeah, I'll grab Jones, I think. He looks pretty good. Hopefully he can be like a Ollie Dempsey type player for us, because we missed out on him, so hopefully that's the case with Jones, but haven't really looked at his role properly. Probably won't be fielding him. Maybe I can't really do a loophole, but yeah, I think this is the way that makes a bit more sense for me. I could use a boost trade maybe if I wanted to do that and try and get someone else. I think this is probably what I'll aim to do. Then I'll just field 2 rookies in the midfield slots here. Do we field Jai Clark is the question. Probably not. Probably just field Clossy. And yeah, that means I'll have a complete defence, which will be good. Got like D1 and 2 pretty much sorted out now, so don't have to worry about Ryan anymore. So yeah, maybe Gawn is a good shout for a VC. Don't know what he's... Bloody, this format's annoying me. Interesting. Like, I kind of want to just chuck the VC on Luke Ryan just because I'm paying up for him. I hope he can score me 150 at least. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But yeah, break even of 64. So hand is kind of forced here. It is at Optus Stadium. Maybe we just go, you know what? We're paying up for him. We want good things out of him, so we'll chuck the VC on Luke Ryan. But yeah, Butters isn't a bad shout for a VC. I'll probably just be like, I've had enough of missing his points, so I'll just put the VC on Luke Ryan for the moment. And then, yeah, who do we put the C on? Probably Bont might get tagged though from Pickett, but I don't know what he's going to accomplish on Bontempelli. Probably not much, so he might just go huge regardless. Otherwise, he could probably do Dacos. Yo's going to be out, so Dacos will probably go nuts against West Coast. Yeah, so that's probably what I'll do this week, go VC Ryan into Dacos. No one else really jumping out to me that is obvious. Yeah, you could go Gawn, but I think at the moment I'm leaning towards Ryan just because I'm going to be paying up for him. He's like 650k, which is ridiculously expensive. Probably just, you know, try and get my value out of him if he does. I think he's going to be able to score 150 against the Swans, but he's just in unbelievable form. But yeah, it's a bit of a stretch as well, so I'm probably just a bit too optimistic there. Yeah, I think I'd still just rather get Ryan. He seems, over like merit, he seems to be the highest ceiling player at the moment in the game, so 197, he's already done like, was it 170? 165. Yeah, so he's got some big scores, so let's just back him in. And he's got St Kilda coming up next week, so that will be a certain captain or VC option for the next week's lineup, so that'll be nice. And then, yeah, it's just a matter of looking at how we're going to finish the side off. So defence is pretty good. Missed out on Stewart, but, you know, we could always luxury upgrade McGovern to Stewart if he does go down. Hopefully he doesn't, though. I think he's nearly at All-Australian level, but, you know, he just needs to keep playing games. And then, yeah, the midfield probably want to get like a merit if he can drop lower. Let's have a look at my watch list. Am I missing Petrarca? But yeah, you could get Oliver this week if you wanted to, but me personally, I think I will wait another week. He's not really going to go up too much here. You know, you wouldn't want to trade him in and then, you know, he gives you an 80 or something. Like he'll go up to around like 500k, you would imagine, by next week. Does have the Blues. He could be in for a big one. He's got a pretty good record here. But yeah, Cats did have a depleted midfield. But yeah, I don't actually mind Melbourne's lineup. They have like West Coast twice, North Melbourne. Saints probably go pretty good against those guys. Could be getting tagged though, but they'll probably tag Petrarca. So Oliver, I think he's just a wait and see for me. Petrarca though, he's got a 127 break even, so could wait another week for him. Maybe we try and get him in next week. I think the value's in Petrarca, obviously, but yeah, it's just a wait and see. I don't know, if you want to finish your midfield off, maybe you already have Merritt and Sarong and Bontempelli and all that, then yeah, that's fine. But if you don't have Merritt, I probably wouldn't be doing it. And then you argues the case about Darcy Parish. He actually just went off. Don't have him here on my watch list. Oops. Darcy Parish, 28 break even. Yeah, he went absolutely nuts. Got 148, was it? Yeah. Crazy stuff there. So he actually looks like he's back, and they do have the dream fixture coming up. So if you want a bit of a point of difference, you could just go Parish. Like, he wouldn't be a bad shout. But yeah, I feel like with him, he's probably the one you want to get in this week. You know, I might even actually get in Parish. I'm considering it now. Like, he's got what? North Melbourne, Richmond, West Coast. You know, he could be, because at the start of the season he looked really good. He just had that injury complaint, so he was set back a little bit. But I was actually quite keen on Parish at the start of the season, so maybe I might grab him just as a pod. And he should be quite good value. It's just a matter of I think he's another like wait and see. So I'm happy to pay like 550k for him if he goes 120. Next week maybe we bring him in, but it's just annoying because all the other midfielders are already down in price. Like Petrarca's coming down, so maybe we better off just grab Petrarca, which would be the logical thing to do there. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought about many of these other guys. Like Merritt, you probably just want to get him, but he's just not really coming down below 600k here, so we're just like praying that he does. But yeah, I'd probably finish my side off with like Merritt and Petrarca if I can afford them. LDU's fairly cheap here. I wonder how he goes. Yeah, he just doesn't seem to be that good this year, which is interesting. Probably wouldn't grab him. You're better off getting like an Oliver over an LDU probably, but for the value, I guess. But yeah, Oliver just hasn't been the guy this year. Dane Zorko has gone bloody crazy. Had a poor game, then breaks even. So crazy stuff there. He's just one of those guys that you probably want to get in, but he's 35 years old, so he's probably going to get injured at some point. But you could just, you know, we've got more trades this year. You could just take the punt on him, get rid of him if he does get injured. But, you know, he seems to have a very high ceiling, so not a bad shout. And Stewart's another guy in defence that I was looking at last week. Yeah, I think he, you know, you could grab him this week. He's got a 132 break even. He's playing at home though, so in GMHBA, so could be another trade-in target. If you have like a Yo or someone and you already have Luke Ryan, maybe just trade him to Stewart and get some extra cash to upgrade your team next week. Yeah, so this is what I'm looking at the moment. We're probably missing out on English now because he's going to go back up in price, but can't really do too much. We have Sweet. We need him to make all his money, so it's been annoying, but that's all right. Hopefully we can get English later on. Still have a few boost trades, so yeah. So I think for next week, if Fife isn't going to be playing like a full game this week, we might look to bring in a forward, just because it's starting to be a bit of an issue on my side, you know, getting these poor scores in the forward line. But we'll just wait and see. I think might have to grab someone else like Petrarca next week, potentially use a boost trade, grab him, or we just grab someone else that we like that's a pod. But yeah, we'll get rid of some of these guys. Well, Will Power's quite cheap, eh? Yeah, probably wouldn't go there though. Probably not. I think, yeah, looks like Flanders has taken that spot, so you wouldn't go near him. Probably just get rid of that. Naismith has been not that great, so start to clear this out a bit. Shy Bolton's going to be bargain price, so he'll be someone to look at bringing in a couple of weeks' time, just as like a F7 or F6, I would imagine. And then, what did Jez get, actually? That's a good question. Jeremy Cameron, what did he score? 50. What? As if he only has a 96 break even. That's a bit... Surely you can bounce back and start going well. I think he just had a really bad game. He could be another guy that we look to get in as well. I might add him to my watch list. But yeah, that will be the side. I think if you don't have Luke Ryan, I think he's a must-have. He's going to go up regardless. So even if he does eventually get injured or something, he'll be around 700k, and you're just trading to anyone you want, like Zach Merritt. So, and then you have the best defender. So can't really complain about that. And then we also have, how did we go this week? Oh, I couldn't get it done against Brad in the orange team. That's no good. Starting to drop down the rankings there. Luckily, you bet Nigel. So the last chance, bit stiff there, mate. I was pretty lucky to get that one done, I think, with Fife and stuff, and he's got Dale there. So yeah, it was pretty good that I could get the Wilson score. Pretty shit week from me. But most people had a pretty poor week in the league. Except for Shane, he's always pretty good at this sort of thing. So, Ryan had a good score as well. So, a bit interesting. Who have we gotten this week? Got Riley. Oh, could be quite an interesting matchup here, eh? Still has Dan Ambrosio. Oh yeah, Elliot Yo. If you're going for rank, I'd trade out Yo. I think he's about 2 weeks out, but we'll wait and see the injury list. Oh, it's already out today, isn't it? Let's have a look here. Hasn't been updated, has it? That's odd. I swear I was reading somewhere that it was 2 weeks for Yo, so I'll probably get rid of him. If you are going for rank. Otherwise, you might get injured again. But that could be your ticket. If you don't have Ryan, you can just try and get him to Yo to Ryan there, pretty easy, and then get Jones in. He'll make a bit of cash. But yeah, that's about everything for this week. I think I'll give Darcy one more week, and then I can trade him, maybe Howes. Oh, right, trade Howes out already. Him and somebody else, maybe like a Glossy. What's his break even? 58. I think he should be able to bounce back and give us an 80 this week, though. We might have to go a bit early on Glossy then and try and get in Petrarca or someone. But yeah, I think that will be the target next week, is try and get Petrarca in, get another good midfielder, and then I'll have Mckercher. Hopefully Wilson can back it up. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys are going better than me. But yeah, hopefully everyone goes good this week. Bye-bye. See ya.